Oh, now I see my face. You know, I had the timing correct the first time I tried this out, but what's going on? Everybody that's logging on right now and checking it out, we are about to go and start up this stream. I'm making sure that we get a few people in the chat because we're talking today about the SBX Kickback Battle 2021 coming at you live and direct. I said coming at you live and direct. We have ourselves the judges that will be introducing to you right now. We'll also be talking about how the system is going to be scored upon somewhat, and also about the competitors rather. We have a good competition set up, top 8 that's been selected. They've been thrown out, given their DPA microphones, all sorts of gear that Sinjo has helped them go and understand how to record properly so we can have an even playing field, and we'll be talking to Sinjo about that as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback Battle 2021. So I'm seeing that a lot of people are jumping in this live chat, and that's what I like to see. Big smiles to everybody. All right. Hope you guys are having a fabulous Monday wherever you are in the world. I'm Scott Jackson, and who would have thought it? I'll be hosting this thing as well. Yes. So first and foremost, I think it's going to be starting off with, we're going to be introducing the one, the only, Mr. Paponi, because he's got an announcement right off the jump to go and start this off. So you already know who this is, ladies and gentlemen. Paponi, what's going on, brother?
What's up, everyone? Hello and welcome to SBX Kickback Battle 2021. I'm super excited and so glad to be here on board with you today. We finally have an event again, even though it's a little bit of a different event. It's something brand new that we've never done before, but it is an event and everyone is being safe at home and can be healthy. So big ups for absolute big ups for that. This is really important to us. Obviously, we're waiting and have obviously also big hopes to have GBB later on in this year. But first of all, welcome to the SBX Kickback Battle 2021. I really want to give a big thanks to the judges and to the SBX team and to the participants that qualified to be in this competition. This is amazing. I want to say big thanks to Sinjo for working with all the artists, setting up the audio. Thank you to Luca for the whole video setting up. Much thanks to Rachel and Juliana for all the logistics, the marketing, the rest of the team. We really need you, and I know you're doing an amazing job, so massive respect to you. A lot of love to the judges, my friend Alexinho from Angers in France, the capital of beatbox. Much love to you, bro. My buddy from Ipswich, Tom from Queensland. Much love to you. And I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being us. I know it's a little bit late for you, but it's so cool that you're here. And obviously, good morning to Mr. Pennsylvania, Napalm, in somewhere around New York City, I guess. Much love to you too as well. And obviously, thank you, Scott, for being here, always hosting with us. Just very quickly before we start and we get into more of how we're going to work this out with the judges, I want to just say this event means really a lot to us. So I want to really give a special thanks to the sponsors, DPA Microphones, for sending out the mics. The idea of this battle is really to have it all equal out when we're doing a battle. We're really trying to give the experience as if it is a live event, but it's going to be safe and at home, which is healthy. So we really are grateful that these microphones were able to be shipped to all the artists. So big ups to DPA for providing the mics. Obviously, also thank you to Boss and Roland for providing the interface and the cables, so we can all go through some proper professional recording that Sinja then can handle the best possible way. And then we want to thank also Voluco and Richings Media for their sponsorship. And we do have also a little special announcement that comes at the end of the stream. I'm excited to talk to you about that. But other than that, yeah, we will have this high hope that we can actually start the SBX Kickback Battle within this week. And therefore, we're going to have 2 streams set up for you. This is the first one where we have the judges here on board. And then there's another one on Wednesday. So tune in for that one as well with the participants. So you can also see what they have to say about the competition and just see how they feel about this concept. But mostly, I'm really excited to tell you about this giveaway later. So I'm looking forward to explain this to you. Other than that, I just wish everyone a lot of fun, heaps of good times. The judges will, have to put in some hard work, but I also wish the best to you, that you have some joy to watch these videos. I know you're all professional beatboxers and somehow belong to the beatbox gods, right? You are just total pros. I just want that you have a great experience here and that we just have fun for the beatboxing scene. That's basically why we are existing. So let's keep pushing the art form further. Let's develop it, and let's make a really good collaboration for this project. So much love to you, and back to the crazy host Scott. I'm very grateful for everything, and I will enjoy the stream with you guys today.
Yeah. Peponi. Bro pony. Pepperoni.
Anytime you get a pizza, think of me, guys.
Anytime you get a what?
Anytime you get a pizza, you got to think of me, eh? I know there's codfish, there's butterscotch, there's water, there's river. But then if you ever get a pizza, this is what you're talking about. Don't think about the snake too much or whatever it is. Think about the pizza, pepperoni. This is where I am your friend. Cheers.
At your local pizza shops, make sure you think of Mr. Peponi when you get your stuff. I mean, I'm not going to judge if you want to put, a snake on a pizza. I mean, that's up to you. Not my forte. I haven't had that experience yet, but we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Kickback Battle 2021, coming at you live and direct. And once again, the reason this has been set up is the obvious condition of the entire world has made having live events with people coming from all sorts of different countries into one area to go and successfully get that emotion out and get that ability to go and compete and showcase beatboxing at a high level has been taken away for the current time, which is working on it again worldwide. Everybody has news and or has some information hopefully about this situation, but moving forward, we got what we can do right now with the sponsorships that we have to go and bring you some entertainment while you sit at home. Up next, I'm going to bring in the main man when it comes to audio, when it comes to Swissbeatbox, a gentleman who has been in the game for a long time and bringing you the best quality sound to make sure that you guys can enjoy this at the highest possible level. So I need to go and get Mr. Sinjo into this conversation because we're going to talk about how getting the gear from these companies and making it that it's an even playing field, and him teaching his skills to the competitors will be able to go and deliver this at a high quality and, again, a level playing field. Because one thing I've noticed on the online community battles is sometimes somebody can go and have a better representation of themselves basically if they have more money, and that's all that is up, which is an unfair thing at the end of the day. So it's nice to go and actually have it come across being that everybody has an equal opportunity to go and showcase themselves in the best light possible. So that being said, where's my main man Aaron at? Where's my main man Sinjo coming at you at live and direct?
What's up, Scott? I've made me feel nervous with those kind words, mate.
I'm trying to make you nervous,
Yeah, so I guess I'll start off by talking about the whole issue about these online battles. It's been that everyone's got different setups. When we do a live battle, of course, I'm there to set the live sound and make it so that each one is even for people on stage. So it's a fair battle. The judges have a fair representation of the beatboxers. They're able to judge it accurately. With these online battles, people are stuck at home with their own setup. And that causes these issues where someone might have a better microphone than another person. They're going to sound better. So the judges, I mean, a good judge can usually be able to distinguish, but there's a certain point where the audio gets so mangled that you can't even tell. There was some wildcards that were sent in that have a good example of that, where you can't really even hear what the people are doing properly because of the mic setup. So the idea of this battle is to basically have a setup that is the same for all the beatboxers, a high quality professional studio setup where the judges can then accurately judge each beatboxer regardless of the audio.
100%. And could you break down the actual microphone interface cables that were being used, just so people get an idea of the quality of the product, and why it would be used, in your opinion, in conjunction with each other to go and give her a solid sound?
Sure. Start off, the interface was selected. Roland's one of our major sponsors, and they have Roland and Boss, and they have a good range of studio interfaces with Class A preamps. So we selected just the easy two input. We only need one input anyway for the microphone, but it means that the artists now have a decent interface that they can use in the future also for stereo inputs. And then the microphone is my personal favorite. We used for a while the DPA de facto. they've come out now with another microphone which takes the same essentials of the de facto microphone and puts it into a cheaper model. But for me personally, I like it's a bit smaller. The de facto is quite a big microphone, so someone with smaller hands, even I have trouble grabbing it. Not saying that I've got massive hands, but you know what I mean. It's quite a big microphone. So the new one is a bit smaller. It's easier to hold. But it has the same essential audio quality of the de facto at a much cheaper price. So we decided to use that microphone as the studio microphone for them. It's a condenser microphone, which is what most professional studio microphones are based off, but it's designed to be used on stage. So it can be used both at home in the studio and on stage. With that setup, they can record a consistent audio between all of them and send it into me. I will then master the audio from them and send it to the judges, and that's how they're going to be able to consistently judge all of the beatbox routines. I hope that answers your question. I got a bit sidetracked there.
No, it's all good. Talking about big and small, I like it. You're going to be having yourself the opportunity to go and have this equality in sound, essentially, and being set up and giving it that you get to go and set the parameters, essentially, for the competitors to go and, again, deliver that sound properly. And deliver that sound as if it were live is such a big advantage, and something that I'm looking forward to actually hearing. So, once you have an evil, it
is evil.
Hey now, once you have an evil playing field, once you have an even playing field, rather, again, I think it's going to make for a much better battle. Can you explain the format of said battle? So, for people that are just tuning in, Kickback Battle 2021, we're talking with Sinjo right now. And we want to be direct about how is this going to work in the rounds coming, because we have a top 8 competitor list, and it's going to be broken down after seeding rounds to battles going head to head. But can you explain the release schedule of that and how the battle will take place online for people that are going to tune in?
So what's going to happen is first we get the seeding round. It's not an elimination round, it's a seeding round. So each participant will record what is essentially an elimination round like you see at GBB, but then no one will be eliminated. So we're calling this a seeding round. From those 8 videos, the judges will receive those directly, and they're going to rank them from 1st to 8th. Each individual judge will give a ranking score to the participants. The total scores will be added up to give a final rank. And from that, we understand the seeding order. So 1st to 8th. Then we go into the quarterfinals. As with any battle, the quarterfinal 1, the person who ranked 1st will battle the person who ranked 8th. Quarterfinal 2, the person who ranked 3rd will battle the person who ranked 6th. Quarterfinal 3, the person who ranked 2nd will battle the person who ranked 7th. And quarterfinal 4, the person who ranked 4th will battle the person who ranked 5th. This system was developed a while ago at GBB. I think it's been used in other battles as well, but we concentrated on using a setup that allowed for the person who ranked 1st in the elimination round to have the easiest run to the finals. So the higher you rank, the easier your run to the final is. If you assumed that the higher ranked person would always win, theoretically, the 1st and 2nd person in the rank would battle in the finals. That's how this structure is set up. Also, on top of this, one thing we've changed now as well is this coin flip concept that we used to do for who decides who goes first in a battle. Because so much weight is put on the elimination round, what we're doing is if you're in a battle and you're ranked higher than the other opponent, you get to decide who goes first. So the higher ranked participant from the seeding round will always choose who the person who goes first is in that battle. Once we start the battles, the quarterfinals, we're going to do it round by round. So a participant, the person who goes first in the first quarterfinal, for example, will send in their first round. I will master it. We put it together with the video. We send it to the opponent. They then have 24 hours to watch and record a response, send it back to me. I'll do the same again, master it. We then send it to the first beatboxer. They again have 24 hours to watch and respond and send the recording back. And we keep going like that for each round. On YouTube, we will then post each round individually. Once all rounds have been posted, we post a full battle compilation to show the entire lineup as one battle. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, that definitely answered my question. I liked it. It's again, it reminds me of those old school battles. Like this is as much as this is a forward thinking 2021 battle, you got to think about those battles when you're on way back when someone would go and send you a voice clip, and I could remember this on like
Yeah,
the humanbeatbox.com forum where someone I remember watching back those things. Someone would send something like post
totally.
that, here's my drum and bass beat, and then you have 24 hours to respond, or else
Yeah,
you're a punk. And
exactly. That's kind of where the idea came from, but with a leveled up sound quality and a consistency across all of the beatboxes. But yeah, you're right.
100%, 100%. So making the old new again is something that I love to go and see. And again, we're here live and direct, SBX Kickback Battle 2021. Before we jump out with Sinjo, I want to go and break it down. You have, to be somewhat transparent of this, we'll be eventually going and bringing in some talks throughout this as well. There'll be live streams explaining decisions, so then people can go and get an inside look to our judges, their minds, and their way that they judged. So I wanted to go and say, you've set up some categories, and just to keep it relatively brief, because I don't want to go and drag on with the details over all this, but could you explain some of the categories that the judges are going to be looking for in the way that this battle will be judged round to round, and the seeding elimination round, or excuse me, I keep on saying elimination, I'm used to it, but the seeding round.
Yeah, I do the same, so don't worry about that, mate. Yeah, so one of the things that we noticed with this whole battle is we got a lot of feedback from both the community and the participants that even though we've always used the same kind of guideline for judging, it seems apparent that people want a more defined criteria for how these battles are being judged. And we've actually been developing something that we wanted to implement in the long run into GBB. We did want to look at consulting the community about this more thoroughly, which we're still going to do, and we've been doing during this process. But because of the massive amount of feedback we've gotten throughout this process of the kickback battle, we figured, why don't we try and trial this during this battle to see if it even could work. So we've been talking with the participants and with the judges about these criteria to see if it would work and to see if we can implement it for this battle and lay it out. But basically, it takes the concept that we've had before of this musicality, originality, technicality, and showmanship, and expands on it a bit more because they're a bit too vague to make clear-cut decisions. So we're going a bit more in detail. So we've just kind of laid out a few extra ones. So we've got fundamentals and cleanliness. Each of these, let me just explain. Each of these will be ranked out of 10 points by the judges, and then they will give them a final score at the end. And that's how we're going to try and look at ranking the seeding part at first. And then if it seems to work, we'll move forward with using it in the battles as well. But the criteria that we're looking at is fundamentals and cleanliness, how strong your fundamentals are and how clean your beats are. So if you're using a solid kick and you keep the kick consistent throughout the battle, that will give you full points, for example. So just your beatbox fundamentals, your timing and consistency. So if you're keeping good time throughout the routine, or if you're slipping, the more you slip out of time, the more points you'll lose. And the better, if you do a perfect round with immaculate timing, you get full points, for example. Another one is technicality, which has always been there, but it's more defined in terms of how technically complex your beats are. If you're using really complex rhythms, or if you're changing between techniques that are very difficult to link together, for example, doing throat bass and then singing in a high note and doing them quickly after each other, how technically adept your routines are. The more technical they are, the more points you get. But also, you don't have to be 100% technical throughout. It can also be, if you're doing a minimal amount of technicality, but you're doing it very well, that will still give you really good points. It's more about the consistency and how well you do these categories overall, not necessarily that you're just doing all of it at once, just how well you perform in them. Musicality is more defined about how well you're doing you're using musicality. So if you sing, you stay in key, you're not singing out of key. If you use musicality, but then you're not using it well, that will actually lose you points. Whereas if you use a minimal amount of musicality and you do it very well, that will gain you more points. Originality, same as it's always been, how original your beats are, if you're copying from other people, if you're doing covers, or if they're completely original beats and routines. Structure and slash songwriting, it's kind of the idea that you're structuring your routines, that you're not just throwing random bits together that don't make sense, that there is a clear-cut structure to your routine and that it flows nicely throughout the routine or the elimination. And because we can't really do showmanship, we're not standing on a stage, we've kind of made it into like one category called confidence / showmanship. So how confident you are performing in front of the camera, interacting, just being a good showman, basically. I hope that clears it up.
I think no, I think you gave a clear rundown of the categories that have been established so far, and those will be a little bit more defined as the time goes on, and that will be revealed so people can go and see. So there'll be transparency. But once again, Sinjo, big ups to you. I'm excited to go and hear how you go and master the sound and get it all good for the peoples that are going to be watching this SBX Kickback Battle 2021 coming out to Live and Direct.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go and get into our judges. We got 3 of them from around the world. We have 3 different continents being represented, but we have just amazing beatboxers in all categories. I'm not sure who's up first, but I'm just going to go introduce them as I see them on my call that we're doing currently. First of all, we have French champion. We have the actual current champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Alexinho.
Yo. Hello, everyone.
Brother?
I'm good. Good. What about you, Bert?
Much better seeing your beautiful face, my friend.
Oh.
Nice to see. We have Alexinho representing once again for France, world champion, world class, being the first of our judges. And I know that you have been judging for a long time battles. You've also been on the other side of being judged and being in a lot of battles, and you've had much success. So, ladies and gentlemen, world champ going to go and start it off right there live and direct. So, Alexinho, to start off, I just want to go and say thank you for joining us. And can you just give a little rundown of things that are exciting you for the SBX, the Kickback battle that's about to happen? What is exciting for you about this battle?
Yeah, it's really exciting for me because the lineup is crazy, and all the participants have something in their beatbox, in their universe, that brings a lot of possibilities and a lot of different things, and these guys like really improve our community and how we see beatbox. And I'm really excited because it will be really tight and hard to determine who will be better and who will win. So I'm excited to go in the details and to use our judges. How can I say it? Still English, it's hard for me. And using our judges' opinions, like we all 3 have different views on what beatboxing and what a good battle can be done, and it will be a challenge for us, but it will be really interesting, and we'll do our best to be okay with all this judgment, etc.
100%, man. No, 100%. It's good to have different opinions and different ways of seeing the battles, and having you guys as judges that I'm introducing currently such a high level to be able to actually maybe give an opinion that's valid also, and give an opinion that's different than your next judge. So it's not all just people agreeing with, oh, well, that guy or this person should win, and everyone just kind of nods along. So it's nice to go and have different perspectives to go and actually judge this battle. But first of all, once and all, we all got Mr. Alexinho representing world champ right there live and direct.
Thank you, Bert. You guys.
We'll be coming back to him throughout this conversation too. You're not off the hook yet. We want to go and bring up next, from the depths of down under, sitting in a studio late night, possibly with a glass of wine, ladies and gentlemen, one half of the original tag team world champion. Give it up, the one, the only. Give it up for Tom Thumb, yo. Make some noise for Tom Thumb right in the building. Tommy T in the place to be. What up?
Yo. That was loud for this late at night. Cool.
Don't disturb Greg.
Yeah. Oh, mate. I shook myself with that one.
You feeling good? You feeling nice?
I'm feeling nice, as in pleasant. Good? Not so much, but nice, yes. In demeanor, of course, Scott. And always when I see that face and hair.
Hey now. I'm excited to go and have you on because again, I got to have you on Beyond the Beats, and that's something I had a good conversation with you and get to learn a lot about you. And I feel that as a judge and as a person, you are one of the top that can make difficult decisions when his judges decisions need to be made. But also, it's nice to go and actually see that from your like wide range of work that you've done and wide range of not only sounds that your mouth can make, but the experiences you've had. I feel like you bring a good side to the panel. So, in your opinion, what's something that you bring to the panel as a judge, that makes you, that in your opinion again makes you a good judge? Just what's something that you would bring to the panel that you think would be different than our other two members? Asking the hard questions at night.
Yeah, just throwing me under the bus, but no worries. I think just like basically, man, I've been around and in judging roles since like the first World Championship was the first time I was in a competitive arena. So I have seen a lot of people over the years and also have seen how people in different categories have grown and how each of those different categories have grown. So I think experience, man. Like, I mean, as a beatboxer, I'm about as technical as a sundial. So like but I have seen a lot of people, and a lot of these people in the competition are my friends, people I have judged before, people I haven't judged before. But it's really interesting to see the advancement, and especially with all these new criteria, it makes it a very objective decision. Like, I think with very clearly defined roles for each of us, regardless of the experience that we bring to the table, using those categories, almost anyone could judge this battle. You know what I mean? And I think it's a bonus that we have the experience of all decades between us all to judge this kind of thing. But I think it's very forward thinking to have clearly defined categories, and I'm looking forward to having that element taken away from it so we don't get stabbed on the internet.
Yes, an often thing that comes up in most any battle, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't matter if there were cameras there or if it was before the time of the internet, when there's actually live battles. I was gonna say too, you're a gentleman who is like fanatically about sound and sound quality, and as you can see, anybody that follows you saw that you built your own studio and you're currently sitting in it, and you take sound very, very, very seriously. So to watch live battles, because you've also been on with me to judge other online battles. Can you explain, in your opinion, again, why is it so important that the playing field has been leveled in the kickback battle specifically to go and have the same equipment being used and have Sinjo run through with the competitors to go and bring this quality of sound? So again, you're the sound quality, like upper echelon.
Yeah, totally, man. Well, I mean, I guess it brings it closer to the field of a GBB or any other global standard battle. Like, now we're all on a level playing field. It's all running through the same engineer, whereas before people might have been limited by the equipment that they had. And even other online battles I've judged where I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could hear the fidelity of that person's, like, I wish I could hear it clearer so I could really judge it on the full depth of the sound. Whereas now that I know that everyone's got the same gear, it's going to the same engineer, it's going to get the same mastering. I think it's a really important point to be able to hear that, you know, like to be able to judge clearly and definitively, because you know that it is a level playing field. No one is at any disadvantage because of, you know, the fact that they're on an iPhone mic or they're on a $1,000 mic. So yeah, I think it's going to make our jobs a lot easier to be able to make those calls. Yeah.
Fully agree. And I'm looking forward to just to good quality content too coming out. Like, the actual rounds are going to be super sick to go and listen to, as you said, at a high level, being like not recorded through somewhat potato-ish microphones. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And the fact too that the battle is not going to be done in a live stream setting. I also feel like that's a huge positive as well, to go and actually give an opportunity where you're not all sudden going and having that crazy leg that happens, you know?
Man, our internet down here in Australia is not great. So like any time that I've judged a live stream battle, I don't know whether it's my internet cutting out or someone else's cutting out. And so many times I'm like, sorry, so I might stop you there for a second. Can you just do that incredibly complex beatbox again, exactly like you just did it? Because I couldn't hear it. And I don't know why my voice changed. I think that was the internet connection.
Yeah. The internet usually does that when we talk. You know, I've talked to you a few times and the internet changes your voice at certain points in the conversation conveniently. It's pretty interesting how that works, you know?
Yep.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Thumb, my main man. And rounding out our esteemed judging panel from around the world, we head to the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, multiple-time American champ, Great North champion of the, he actually won all 3 categories, Grand Beatbox Battle champion, ladies and gentlemen, Vice World champion. I can keep on going on, but all-around good guy. Make some noise as he comes on up. We have Mr. Napalm. Come on.
What's going on, guys? Make some noise. Good to be here. Good to be here. Make some noise.
Good
for
to
the
see your
Kickback
face,
Battle.
brother. Let's go. How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. Early in the morning. Nice early morning stream.
Yeah, man.
But
I'm
I'm ready.
feeling you too. I think we're in the same time zone.
Exact same.
Exact same time zone. Let's go. Got that 6:30 wake up. Get that coffee in you.
A lot of coffee.
Okay. So we're gonna go and get Napalm in here. I wanted to go and ask first and foremost. Now I'm not gonna ask you to pick a favorite because that's not what I'm gonna be going for. But I want to know out of the top 8, because you didn't judge the wild cards, but you got to go and see the top 8.
Definitely.
Being that you watched the wild cards go through and see the actual competitors lineup, how excited are you to go and see what these 8 competitors are going to bring to the table as a judge?
I'm definitely excited. I mean, I'm looking at the list here. We got D-Lo, Zeka, Elise, B-Art, Duds, Rhythmind, Villain, and Dillip. And those are all very different people, very different musicians, different beatboxers. And I know their like approach on making videos is going to be very different. So it's going to be hard to judge, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how all these different people come with like a online competitive spirit. Like I haven't seen D-Lo battle since GBB, which is crazy. B-Art, he's a seasoned veteran. Villain, I heard him on your live stream yesterday. He was talking a lot of smack. That was
he was going off. He wants the smoke.
Yeah, he was talking funny. Dillip, he's like super unique, and it's just cool to see him, you know, up on the stage with, not a literal stage, but up on the stage with, you know, big names like this. Then there's Dud, super musical. Zeka, he's been doing crazy stuff. Rhythmind, he's nuts. He's from Berrywam. I can go on for days.
Yeah, the lineup's ridiculous, man. I'm super looking forward to these guys getting the opportunity to go and actually smash these recordings and being able to go and deliver stuff that it's different too, being an online battle and being that they're sending in videos. This is a question that I'm going to pose for all 3 of our judges, but I'll start with you, Napalm, and then Alexinho and Tom to get your opinions on it. But how does it, being that it's an online battle that's pre-recorded, what in your opinion is, other than the fact that it's not being done live, how does that make it different for you to go and judge when you go and listen to somebody that has delivered a video comparatively to being on a stage and going back and forth?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I've been thinking this for the past couple months. Just not being able to go up and perform and being in front of people, like I feel like the soul of performing is missing a little bit, you know? And allowing people to kind of like recuperate and like think about how they want to project their music rather than be on the spot in an online battle definitely allows people to, I guess, like communicate what they want to do better as artists, which I like a lot, because a lot of the time in online battles, like it's really good beatboxing, but you don't like feel the soul as much, you know? It's just straight up like, and it sounds crazy and you're into it because it's hype, but like you don't feel that energy of beatbox like you would if you go to, you know, French Champs or GBB. You don't feel that inspiration from it, you know. So I feel like allowing the artists to have the time to think about how they want to communicate that kind of energy rather than be on the spot is pretty awesome. And I'm looking forward to judging it. I feel like it's going to be kind of easier in a way because we're not going to be put on the spot of, oh, we got to make a decision right now. But at the same time, you know, we got to take the fact that it's online into consideration and take a lot of different things, because you only see it in front of the screen. You're not going to feel their mouths. You're not going to feel their spit on you. You know what I mean?
Do you feel that that's going to help or hinder? Because I've been live at battles. One thing that has come across in thinking about this battle specifically being, again, that it's going to be highly produced, all at the same level with the same equipment, but being online. You've seen, I know you've been in battles too where you've seen this as well. That idea of being somebody answering and having that response and that emotion on stage, being able to go and, as you said, project that. Do you think that's going to either help or hinder the actual quality of the round to not have that live component?
I mean, a little bit of both. I think it depends on the artists, or how they want to, you know, take advantage of it. Like, it really depends on it depends on the artist, because for some people they might be, you know, really based on like answering other people and figuring out what to do, but other people, it doesn't matter for them. They would just do their routine start to finish no matter what the other person does. And if it's online, like, I feel like it kind of depends on the situation, which is crazy. It's a whole different game, you know. It's kind of a more surface level of beatbox type game rather than on stage where you really feel the pressure. You're in front of everybody. Like, this is the type of battle where you're sitting in your room and you get to think about, okay, what's the best way that I can put my beat together, and the best camera angle, and the, you know, best way I could stand, best way I can move my hands, and you could take multiple takes. Like, definitely way different than a live battle, because in a live battle, it's you get on stage, they announce your name, and Scott says your name, 3, 2, 1, and boom, you're doing it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, I think it's going to be super interesting to see how this plays out in the upcoming weeks when we start, because that ability to go and really think through a battle, or rather think through a round, and have the time to go and ponder it going back and forth, is something that hasn't been done, because online battles usually are live with the connection that's being done and getting that response back and forth. I haven't seen that much of recently, and especially
the only thing I could think of is the one that American Champs did, the Odyssey.
Yeah. Yes. And that also was rounds, more like showcase rounds that just got longer, but comparatively to actually head to head is interesting. And that's one thing I'll bring Alexinho in is for this next part. But big ups to Napalm. Alex, I was gonna say, you've in many battles I've seen you respond to people and have that response and carry over a beat, so someone's attacking you on stage in the beatbox sense, and you respond back and really can go and get the crowd behind you, but also get those points to go and actually have that response. As a judge, do you think that that's going to carry over in rounds that are going to be one person to another? So let's say someone finishes with something. Do you think that that's going to be a good battle tactic, in your opinion, to go and respond to it before getting into your thought out round? Or do you think that's going to play out well in this competition, in your opinion?
Well, in this competition, the good thing is that it's not only in one night, and you have a lot of time to think on what you can do and on what you can answer. So I think it's really different, but it's still important to keep the battle mind and to answer your opponent as a real battle, to keep the energy on. And I think the competitors need to keep this energy, and I think it's good for everyone, for the audience, for the judges, for the competitors. Like, it will be super exciting. For example, a guy who release a crazy round, like wow, oh my god, everyone will say what the other one will answer. He needs to bring something crazy to answer and to put the level even more up, and I think it's really interesting, and I'm really excited to see that and how the participant will proceed.
And the one category too that Sinjo brought up, where it's not just performance but it's confidence in that battle category. Something like I've seen of having stage presence without there being a stage. I've seen who was it? I think it was like Pac Max, I believe, in a few battles that he's done, and also maybe I think River. But in some of the battles that I saw online, you know, changing up his background, just what he's filming on, and having that. Do you think that there's going to be a level of that open in this competition where there's a possibility to have some showmanship? Like, are we going to see a skiller beatboxes magic and all of a sudden, you know, and the crowd, you know, like, is that gonna happen?
Magic.
Yeah.
I think like it's kind of new, a new format of battle, and there's still a lot of things to explore and a lot of ideas to do and to show and to I think it could be a good advantage to. It's not only the beatbox. I think there's a little point of in the showmanship that is different on stage than online. That could be really fun and really interesting. I think if the participants have good ideas, we can really enjoy it. I'm thinking about some ideas that could be crazy, and I'm really looking forward to see it.
I agree. I'm looking for the pageantry that you can possibly bring with an online setup, and you know, I'd love to see someone really go off on that aspect and see what they can go and be creative with and bring to it. I want to go and say, Tom, you're again. I'm gonna bring you in on this point, but a lot of the videos that I've been seeing from you for years, obviously, is at such a high quality level of a production, but also just the sound quality and the actual notes that you hit and being in key, in tune, and the amount of work that you do. And I remember, again, we talked about this, and you can see it in a lot of your work, the amount that you'll sit there and make sure that every single note is in key and just continuously work on that. For the amount of time that these people will get of 24 hours as a judge, how critical are you going to be looking at that aspect of making sure that things are in key specifically and not being way off that that parameter of being in key just for that category?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's only, well, the good thing about this, man, is like we were talking about it before. We've removed a lot of the subjectiveness. You've got a category that exactly relates to that. So you can quantify the exact amount of points that someone can get for being in key or completely off. You know what I mean? There's like a number that can be assigned to being bad at being on pitch now. So, I mean, it to be fair, it isn't a lot of people's strengths, and it is a lot of people's strengths. So it's just really going to come down to how much they want to focus on that in their rounds. It's not saying that they have to do that at all. It's just one of the things that is rolled into the general rule of musicality. So, I mean, I'm only going to focus on it as much as the points dictate. To be honest, like there's going to be a lot of other points that can be allocated to other aspects of musicality as well. But yeah, like I think it's interesting, man. Now that people have the luxury of time, like when I do videos, people just see one video, but they don't see the 24 takes it took me to get those notes in key. You know what I mean? Like, and now we're at a point where, you know, people can perfect their rounds and they really can bring what they want to shine to the table. You know, having the luxury of being able to do it over and over and over until it's perfect. Like Alex was saying, that kind of that pressure has been removed from it, and I think it might give ground to people that don't perform super well under pressure to really be able to do what they want to do and like really let their artistry shine, now that there is an element of being able to take your time with it. So in response to your question, I'm just going to let them do their thing, man, and judge them according to the points and see how that goes.
Absolutely. We were talking about this a little bit before the live stream started, and a point that kind of came up in general, and I think that you have a good mindset for it, and you answered it solidly. But like, how important do you think it is, in your opinion, for the competitors of not only this battle but battles and just artists and beatboxers in general to focus on doing what they like to do, possibly, and even if they have these categories somewhat laid out and definitive categories, but staying true to being an original and or sticking true to going and not tailoring something necessarily to what people are wanting from you, but sticking to that originality? Could you kind of just touch on that subject? Because I know we talked about it briefly for a second before, and the way that you worded it, no pressure, but yeah.
Yeah, so do exactly what you did before, but now.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
not really sure. Yeah, I honestly, I think that for the, like, from my point of view, I think it's very important that people totally forget the categories and just do what they're good at and do what they're passionate about, do the thing that they know that they're really good at, and then the category will come into play in the judging round of that. And I think that yeah, man, it's so hard to say coming from the perspective of a judge when so much of the competition is weighted for the performer. Like, you don't want to limit your creativity to exactly hit every single point in every single category of the, you know, the judging criteria. So yeah, man, it's hard to say, to be honest. I think that just it's super important that people just do what they want to do. And in the circumstance of this battle, where you do have the luxury of time, you do have the opportunity to really hone into the nuances of your rounds, I think it's important to do just that and do something that makes you happy first, and then the judges after that, because it's probably going to equate to the same thing anyway.
I'm looking forward to it, and I think that yes, I would love to go and see people stick true to their guns and be who they're going to be, and hopefully not let it in take away from creativity or take away from an idea. And I love when people go for it. I want someone to just go for it, be strange, be weird, and, you know, hopefully it works out.
I would love to jump in on this if that's possible.
Yeah, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, jumping in, we have Sinjo jumping in. What's up?
Just to clarify, the idea of the criteria isn't really to limit what you're going to do within your realm. It's more to give a structure for how to judge that. So you don't have to be fully technical or fully musical. It's just if you utilize those techniques within your routine, it's how well you perform them. So as Tom said, it's just important to stick to what you're good at. Don't try and sing if you can't sing well, because that'll just lose you points. But if you utilize your techniques, musicality, technicality, they apply to so much more than just the sound of like, oh, I'm going to do technical beats. It's more about how you're doing those specific areas. So if you do use certain areas within your performance, stay to what you're good at, and you'll get much better points than if you try to cater yourself to the criteria. Just stick to your own strengths, and that's the best way to look at these criteria. It's more of a way to score you higher within your own creativity, rather than force you to be able to adjust to a new set of rules. I hope that helps to clarify it a bit.
I think it does too. That definitely makes it more in line. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, SBX Kickback Battle 2021 about to start popping off. We'll be going and getting into these battles will be coming out soon enough. I'm gonna look at the chat right now because there's been a lot of people watching in live and direct, and everybody here. Connor Day, big shout outs to you. You're saying that you're loving the stream, and someone just asked the idea about where are the battles. So that's a question that's going to come up. Well, this is the live stream introducing our judging panel before we get to the battles, and the battles will be coming out in the following weeks. And there'll be possibly a schedule put up so you guys can actually see that and have an idea of it. But technical terms, every now and then things are going to happen where there's internet and people from all around the world being in this battle. So there might be small delays, but we'll be having live streams throughout, explaining decisions. We'll be having live releases of these battles, these battle rounds, and then as Sinjo said before, all of them put into a compilation so you can watch the battle from start to finish. But overall, I think that you guys are awesome for tuning in. This has been fun so far. I'm gonna leave off with one more question for our judges, and if anybody has any questions, right now, put them in the chat. And before we go, I'll ask one or two of you guys one of the questions that you actually type in here. So tag SBX, and we'll go and try to get that. But I want to go and ask each one of the judges, in a personal opinion, starting with Napalm, could you tell me, what do you look like? What do you look like? Hey now, I meant to go and say, what do you look for? What is most important? What is most important in your opinion in this battle, but in battles in general? As a judge, what are you looking for? If there's a feeling, a theme, something that you can go and just say, in your opinion, that you look for that stands out.
I mean, I'd say like energy is always an important part of it. It kind of falls onto all the different categories, which is a good thing about categories. You know, there's so many different things that come into play. Your cleanliness, your timing, your fundamentals, all these different things that, you know, come into play when you're trying to judge a beatbox battle. And these all kind of fall into the energy of like trying to outperform the other person. You use these things, these categories, to outperform the other person and try to do a better version of beatboxing than them, you know? So for me, a big part about it is energy. And that's a hard word to, you know, straight up identify. And you can tell that whenever you're watching it, you know, you can see who's more confident, who has their fundamentals better, who has like more of a experience, who has better timing, you know, that plays into energy and outperforming the other person. At the end of the day, a battle is another version of performing. You're just performing, and it's just a battle version of performance, you know? So if you can do that better than the other person using all of those different categories, then you're the winner.
You know, I like to hear. We're gonna go and say Alexinho. Similar, not similar, pretty much exactly the same question, which is similar. But in your opinion, what do you look for? What stands out to you when you judge? Is there something that you'd say stands out to you that has been actually across the board that always stands out to you whilst judging a beatbox battle that would make you maybe lean towards one or the other competitors?
These days, I feel like the beatboxing is growing a lot. A lot of newcomers and a lot of new people coming in the beatboxing, and I feel like these days there's a little lack of creativity and originality. These days, we use like these days the brand is something like some sounds we like to do, for example the lip rolls, the inward bass, for example. And I think in this battle, in this with these participants, it will be really important for us to show something new and to show us that beatbox is really huge and we can do a lot of things and still we can create something new and show to the community and to the people that we're still growing. And yeah, for me, one of the main point today is the originality, the creativity, and how the beatboxers express their universe. And that's really, really important for me. I know that all these participants have their own yeah, their own universe, their own music atmosphere, and I want to see even more. I know that they can do it, and I'm really excited to see it, and I'm really sensitive about it. So
That's a good answer. I like that. Um, we're going to be moving on to Tom Thumb, and contrary to what YouTuber Jellyman1303 asked, saying, how does Tom feel about judging an online battle for the first time? But I'll answer that question and say this is definitely not the first time he's been a judge online, so I'll take that away for you. So contrary to what Jellyman1303 was saying, what do you look for specifically that stands out for you personally when it comes to judging a battle? Is there anything that has been an overall, not a theme, but something that stands out for you that really would push one opponent over the other in outside of the categories? But just take that question as you will.
Good lighting is no, I think individuality, man, is like such a big one for me. Like, I have judged a lot of online battles. I've judged a lot of in the real world battles, and it's always the person that brings something so uniquely special to the table that is the memorable part of that battle. Like something that clearly hasn't seeded from someone else's idea, like someone that's just locked themselves in their room and spent a long time going down a completely different path that no one's gone down before. That's like the thing that really stands out for me, is when I hear people bring sounds, like really special sounds to the table, which I guess is a goal of a lot of people coming to battles. But yeah, I think just individuality is such a big one. There's no point in perfecting someone's sound that's already perfected it in the same battle as you. It's like really nice to hear someone just going the complete opposite and doing something gentle and strange and unique when someone's coming at them like 5,000 decibels and just, trying something a little bit bizarre, a little bit off the cuff, a little bit unplanned. I think maybe sometimes like just being unique and individual and sporadic is something that really like excites me in the battling sphere.
I agree. Standing out and having something that's unique, that's actually like kind of out of left field, is always pleasant. I always love hearing people go for it. As I said before, about like that idea of going for it and just being like, you know what, I'm gonna try and really see what the boundaries that can be pushed. We're gonna go and ask a few more questions here before we jump on to some other stuff. But here's a few questions that are from the audience. Someone wants to know. Agent wants to go and ask if any of the judges can do a backflip. So, Tom, can you do a backflip?
Not right now.
Oh, Alexino's doing one live on the stream. And I don't know if the camera caught that, but he did one. So maybe Alexino can do one. And Napalm looks pretty comfortable sitting down, so we'll go and say that he's a no-go for that. So, Agent, to answer your question, that's possible. That's a possibility, and you'll have to maybe tune into not only the kickback battle, but next time when the when GBB comes back. Another question is, what else did they have as another question? Another question is, Bale Organa just wants to say that you guys are awesome and keep up the good work. So congratulations to everybody that's judging. Thank you guys. Also Swissbeatbox for putting this on. Another question we have here. Let's go and see. We kind of touched on that one. Someone asked about the responses and how it's going to be for people to go and respond to each other, but we kind of went through that and got your opinions. Is there anybody else that has a question? Let me go and see. That's is there anything that judges wise? Let's go with you. Last thoughts before we jump out of here. Starting off with Napalm. Yo, Napalm. Neil, where you at?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, buds?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this battle. Best of luck to everybody. It's a new concept. We're all trying something new, and I think we got a good team of people to, make it happen the best way possible. Shout out to Swissbeatbox. Shout out to Alex and Tom. You guys are awesome. Paponi, you're awesome. Sinjo, you're awesome. Scott, you're awesome. Let's do this.
Yeah. Napalm, always on the positive tip. I love it. You're gonna be a dope judge. You always are a dope judge, and I'm looking forward to go and have your opinion in this competition as well. I can't wait to go. Maybe there'll be times where you'll be dropping some more beats too, because you've been doing your thing, and maybe you'll be on Swissbeatbox for other stuff too. We'll see what the future
Absolutely.
holds. Next
We'll
up,
see.
Alexinho. Yes, we shall see. Alexinho, can you go and give some last thoughts? Any last thoughts that you have on the battle? Looking forward to it, or something that you want to go and say? So let me know. What are you thinking right now about the SBX Kickback Battle 2021? Last thoughts on it before we end off this stream.
So this is my last thought. I tried. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what the participants will make, will create, will produce, and yeah, it's a new format, and I think we will see some crazy stuff. Musically, and even on the video. Like I know we will see crazy things, and the fact that Swissbeatbox send some stuff to the participants to make them sound really good is really nice, and I'm sure it's gonna be crazy, and the participants will do some crazy stuff. And as Neil said, thank you, Swissbeatbox. You guys are beautiful. Big up Napalm, big up Tom, big up Sijo, big up Rachel, big up Peps, big up Scott, big up Luca, big up everyone, and thank you again for bringing me here. I'm really excited. Ha!
Excited, dogs.
Ah, dag!
My dogs. My dogs.
My dag.
Ish. All right. Last but not least, rounding off this established and esteemed judging panel, we go to the gentleman who I can see throughout this too. There's been a lot of there's been a whole lot of comments saying how good, and you've even commented how good your internet connection in Australia is. So yeah, we're not going to get that discussion, but what's something you want to go and leave as an SBX Kickback Battle 2021? What's your last thoughts on that? Something you can go and leave the people with that you're looking forward to about it, or just in general last thoughts, brother? You see, I had to go and poke the bear, and all of a sudden his sound's not working. That was self-inflicted. So you know what? I'll take that one on the chin. Sometimes I make mistakes, but sound's not working. So we're gonna go and see through the matrix. Hey, look at it.
Yeah, I forgot to unmute.
That's all good. It serves me right bringing up the internet connection. Shoot.
Yeah, no worries. Man, I think one of the main things that people need to keep in mind is that this is a new format. And so being a new format, like not only an online format, but like, you know, where it's a more produced online format, there are a lot of nuts and bolts involved. So there may be teething up issues, but it is also right now a very, very good opportunity to make your voice heard. I think one of the main things about this is we're trying to be more transparent, and you know, SBX are trying to give the participants and the general public more of an insight into how these battles work, and we want feedback from people. Like, now is the time to, I don't want to speak for SBX, but I feel like they would probably join me in saying that now is the time to offer suggestions and ask questions about how this is going to run, because nothing has been finalized as per se. Like, please make your voice heard. I feel like from the SBX perspective, like, it's a really great opportunity to reinvent how things are judged fairly and with a lot of transparency. So that's one thing that I would like to ask everybody to keep in mind when casting opinions and also offering suggestions and feedback. I think it's like really important that we're a part of this decision, and everybody else is as well, for the greater good of moving forward.
For the greater good.
Now we
of
got
moving
you,
forward.
Scott.
Oh no, I it's a circle thing, one of those back and forths. Anyways, there, ladies and gentlemen,
Before
we're
we
gonna
move
go
on,
and said.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt there, but you were just suggesting I had some additions to what Tom was talking about. I saw some questions pop up that weren't earlier in the stream that weren't actually mentioned. So I was wondering if we could just quickly go through those, if that's all right with you guys.
Hard no. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead. What's your question there, buds? What are the questions that you see pop up?
So one of them was, what would happen if someone have good basics but have good specialized fundamentals? I guess they're talking about fundamentals that are outside the basics of kick snares. It's all the same thing. So whatever techniques you're using, that they're fundamentally solid sounds and that they use consistently. So in terms of that question, it's more about how strong whatever fundamental sounds you're using are throughout the battle. Did anyone have any of the judges have notes for that?
Maybe. Yeah, that would kind of fall into originality to a certain point. Like it splits up into the points fairly. Because you would get certain amount of points for that category, but then you would be more original in a certain sense because you're doing something fundamentally better than everybody else that nobody else is doing. So that's original. So yeah, it depends. Crazy question.
Yeah, that was an interesting one for me as well. So another one was, in my opinion, I think there should be a system that allow the audience viewer to judge or vote on the battle with the jury. This has been an ongoing thing for a while. Maybe one of the judges can clarify why we don't do that necessarily.
If no one wants to step up, no. This isn't American Idol and having people call in. I mean, there's times and places, in my opinion, for that. And I'm not a judge right now. I'm just your humble host. But just because someone goes and decides that they have X many friends on things or figured out how to go and get bots to vote for them, in my opinion, does not have any relevance when you have such an esteemed judging panel. And we're going to be super direct with that. Not saying that your opinion at home doesn't matter, but there's a reason that these judges are put into the place of giving that opinion. You guys are cheering at home for this answer, so I know I'm right. Even though I'm controlling the cheering. Let's go. But Alexinho, sorry, you actually had a real answer.
Sorry, I didn't understood the whole question. I was on something else, so maybe Tom can answer. Sorry.
Just why is there not a crowd vote?
Why is there not a crowd vote? Well, I think judging is something really different than the whole people is thinking. It's much more developed than what most of the people think, and I think yeah, us three judges have different point of views and kind of add the crowd opinions in some way. So I think it's not really necessary and not really objective to have a crowd vote. I don't know if I'm clear, if I use
I think you are.
the good words, but yeah, I think we have kind of the same, I don't know, opinions as a lot of people in the in the crowd, and we feel even more than that, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, and if I can jump in there, Scotty, as well, I think the idea of a crowd vote is a fundamentally honest idea, but an easily corruptible idea. I think it kind of opens itself up to, like someone said, bots, or I have back in the early days of like local beatbox battles, it did have a lot to do with crowd response, and some guy might just bring 20 of his friends, and then it's just not an even metric. And like I said, it is fundamentally honest, and most of the time it will come out in the wash, but sometimes it might not. And if it doesn't in that regards, then you're left at the opposite end of the spectrum where we're sitting at now, with some of the disagreements for previous judging results. It's the exact opposite end of that, with the same kind of frustration that people might feel. So while I think in a perfectly honest world, it's a great idea, I think that it does have its flaws, and easily exploitable flaws.
I agree with you. Well spoken. And Napalm, since everybody's touched on this, your thoughts on having a crowd vote on this?
I think we should have it. I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, that.
No, I think there's like you said, there's a time and a place for it. So maybe we should make a time and a place for that. But this isn't the battle for it. But
True.
It is something that would be very inclusive for people. Like I see, no matter what, people are saying like they want to be a part of it, and that gives viewers something to be a part of. So like, there's definitely a time and place for it, just not the kickback.
I agree. And also, I think that. Oh, sorry, Tom.
I was going to say, like, in addition to what Neil was saying, maybe there could be a crowd favorite award, or something that isn't a definitive category that might take the victory away from someone else. Like something that still gives that person the gratification of being an incredible beatboxer, that maybe there was just some reason that we didn't agree with that, or like, because people do have favorites, and a lot of the time they're very valid favorites.
That's a good thing. Then I've been in different like busking festivals and stuff, and they have People's Choice Award, and that's based strictly off of no judges, but people actually voting for their favorites. And people, if they want to all day, can go and sit down and type in their name and write it on ballots or whatever. So maybe a People's Choice Award is in order. But again, I think that when it comes to it, like anything that's not anything like in our world of beatboxing, which is subjective and objective, is definitely a hard thing to go and not have professional judges who are going to go and make the actual decision, the one that's going to count, be taken at the utmost of responsibility and utmost authority on it. Because once you leave it to a public, there's as Tom said, and I said before a little more bluntly, but it leaves it open to a lot of different issues that can arise. So anyways,
I would love to just chime in on this one as well. Just from my experience working with Swissbeatbox, judging wildcards throughout the years at GBB, whenever it's been included as a judge, as a public vote, it's always ended up that not necessarily the best beatboxer would win it, but the person with the most fans, or someone in a country where they're maybe the only big beatboxer. The whole country would go and vote just for them. Every time I've seen it, it's always skewed in an unfair direction. It's never really worked out fairly. So just from experience, I know, to be honest, the only time I can see it really working is live at events, a crowd reaction judge. That can theoretically work because it's more about their individual feelings. You can't deny when a beatboxer in front of you on stage killed it. Even the friends of the other beatboxer are going to cheer because it's good. But online, it doesn't tend to work out. I do have one more question there from the crowd if you guys want, or should we finish this up?
I mean, I always like to go and have the people's opinions and people's questions, but let's make this relatively brief because we're running a little bit over on the time, and I know that people's got lives, things to do, and I know that Tom is currently probably still up at 7 or whatever a.m. because he's quite the opposite of where we are in Canada. So
it's a quick one, and it's important for the battle. But basically, one of the people asked, can we have an individual judge interview after every battle so we can understand the mindset of the judges and the decisions? We've actually talked about this. We're going to have a roundtable discussion at the end of the live stream where the judges give their results, where we can have these discussions. What do you guys think about that?
let's go ahead and go and offer that to Alexinho first. What do you think about having the interviews after the battles to give an opportunity for judges to go and have their opinions be said live?
I think it's really important for as we talk before the live to show transparency and to show people and how we proceed to judge a battle, how we proceed to analyze every criteria and what are the good points and the bad points in a round. I think it's important for people to know and to understand what we think. So having an interview and having a chat is something interesting after a battle or after the whole battle. I don't know, but I think it's a good idea. Totally up for it.
Yeah, totally agree. I think it's good too for the constructive feedback for people to go and improve on the next time they go up. Tom or Napalm, do you guys have anything to add to that, or let's go with?
Not
Everyone's looking
necessarily.
pretty
There
good.
wasn't much of a question. It was just, we're gonna do this, and what do we think about it? I think it's great. I think we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it awesome.
Yeah.
I
All right.
concur.
You could. All right. Very pointed. And also, the other thing I wanted to go and say is something that is like time to, no matter who wins or loses, right? Everybody that sits online, your opinion's seen in these comments. Your opinion is seen through your social medias, and even if you don't get the crowd vote, and even if you don't agree with things, there's a reason why there's going to be more transparency in this battle. Is because Swissbeatbox and people have listened to you guys, and you guys have these things. You guys have these opinions, so they're taken seriously, and that's why we're going to have these discussions to go and explain it afterwards, so you can get the point of view from the judges. And also, again, we listen and we hear what you guys are saying, and we want to do best for the community and the battlers and everybody involved. So Swissbeatbox and everybody on this panel right here has got your back, right? That being said, we're going to come to the main man, Peponi. Thank you guys for tuning in, but it's time for a special announcement before we end off this stream. And judges, just check the group chat that we have going for a quick thing and type back to me if you'd be so kind after he talks. But Peponi, it's on you, brother.
All right, so it is the special announcement time. Thank you everyone for waiting in the chat. I really appreciate it. Here on YouTube, we're also streaming live on Facebook. So thank you so much for tuning in there too. And yeah, I appreciate it so much. The whole stream was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to the judges, Tom, Alex, and Napalm, for being here, explaining a few things. Thank you, Aaron, for supporting. Thank you, Scott, for being so cool as usual. I really think it's awesome. But we also prepared something awesome for you guys, because we believe that the universe requires to see more beatboxing, right? And by the way, we're also going to publish this announcement on our social media platform. So if I explain it not too good, you can always find the official info there as well. And for those people that are watching on Facebook, this is something that is only going to work on YouTube. So check this out. Here's the thing. We're going to do a giveaway for 2 viewers that are watching the SBX Kickback battles. And I will tell you exactly now how these 2 viewers are going to win the SBX giveaway. We're going to give away to 1 viewer a PlayStation 5 and to another viewer an Oculus Quest 2. Scott, can you make some noise real quick for that? Thank you. All right, one more time. So we're going to give away a PlayStation 5 and Oculus Quest 2. And I'm going to explain to you right now what you have to do in order to win it. You have to use the hashtag SBX Kickback Giveaway. And let me repeat that one more time. It's a long hashtag, but it's SBX Kickback Giveaway in all Kickback Battle videos. This means you have to watch all the SBX Kickback Battle videos, leave meaningful comments on there. That means that we would like to see you contributing some positive encouragement. Let us know what you think about the SBX Kickback Battle. Give some hype to these amazing judges, Alexinho, Napalm, Tom. They deserve some good energy from you because they're working hard. Give some hype to the participants. Show them some love. We want to see what you think about it. Give constructive feedback. This is really what we would like to see. So use the hashtag SBX Kickback giveaway in the videos and join the live streams when the judges are going to do the decisions who won which battles, you know, or the battles that we're going to have. That's what I mean. And you have to be, in order to win, in the last live stream, which is going to happen on the 29th of March, 3 p.m. CET, where we are going to announce who the winner of the SBX Kickback Battle is. And we are going to choose randomly a winner for the PlayStation 5 and randomly a winner for the Oculus Quest 2 who writes a meaningful comment, and the winner has to go and claim the prize basically in the live stream. Is that okay for you guys? I hope you understand it. So the competition starts right now. So in the stream, you can start using the hashtag SBX Kickback giveaway. Show us some love. Let us know what you think about this contest. Hype up the people that are in there. And then we will see who is going to win a PlayStation 5 and an Oculus Quest on the 29th of March, 2021. All right, guys, that's it from me. Much, much love to all of you. One more time, thank you for tuning in. I saw some people were contributing to us with a YouTube membership. We are really serious about that. So if you want to become a YouTube member and you want to support us so we can do more crazy things like this in the future, feel free to join now. We really would appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Much, much love to all of you.
Right there, Poponi. I'm coming in hot. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, giving away some big things too. And a question that brought up, can the judges be in this competition for that PS5 or what is that? No, just joking with
everyone
you.
should be in this competition for, you know, show us some love. And we're obviously interested also in repurposing some of those comments, you know, like we want to make stories out of that. We want to see who is writing something that is just really helpful, you know, give good energy that, you know, just contribute something that we could share with the family and say, like, look at this, think about this. What do you think about this comment? So we want to see what you can show us while you're watching the kickback. Obviously, we want you to enjoy it. We want you to have a good time, but like, then, you know, use your brain and then contribute with something really smart, you know, that is like good for us. Don't spam us. You know, if somebody's just basically spamming, this will not count. We will not bring you in. We're going to follow that hashtag very carefully, but we're going to use only the ones that are writing meaningful comments. So we want to see you handing in and contributing positive encouragement to the beatbox scene, to the judges, to the artists, to the SBX team, to this contest, because this is brand new. This is a concept, and I know we're having some top-notch players in this game that are participating. We have high quality products. We have top-notch judges. We're serious about it. And we want you to contribute a lot of serious posts and comments about this as well, you know? And again, I'm repeating, this is only for YouTube. You can't do it on Instagram. You can't do it on Facebook. It's only YouTube alone. So watch every video. You can write as many positive comments as you want. It's up to you. The higher you have a chance to win if you write more comments. So think about it. But you have to be in the live stream on the 29th. If you are not there and we choose you and you are not writing to us that it's you, then it's over. Then we're going to pick someone else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just like a call-in radio show, make sure that you guys are online and ready to go.
Good luck to everyone.
So hashtag SBX Kickback giveaway. Make sure that you guys go and put in the comments below something that's meaningful, what you think about it, and we'll give an actual post later on, I do believe, with a description of how this is going to work so you can actually read it and see what it's about. But the pony's all fired up. I'm all fired up. Everybody's fired up. Let's go.
You don't know how excited I am. I'm just want to say this one more time just to finish it from my side. We worked really, really hard for this. I want to give one more time a huge big up for the team that really tries to put in a schedule. It's so many details and so many things, and the sound check and the setup for everyone with the videos, then to have everybody hand in their stuff, and then just the whole process is just such a beautiful thing, and it's a lot of work. So one more time, everybody in the chat, give some big ups to Sinjo, Luca, give some big ups to Scott Jackson and the judges. Show some love. This is going to be fun. So let's enjoy the next couple of weeks together and celebrate our art form, human beatboxing.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning into the live stream. Thank you very much to Poponi, man, right there. He's Swissbeatbox, giving it all he can. He's been doing it for years. So big ups to you and bringing about this idea. Kickback Battle 2021 coming at you live and direct, ladies and gentlemen, on this YouTube channel. And I hope you guys tune in for the rest of them. We'll be going on with some more live streams. Next one's on Wednesday to introduce to you all the competitors. But right now, I want to go and say thank you to our judges that have joined us. I'm going to leave the last one to the end because he said he might even do a little showcase for us to go and finish off this stream. But I'm going to go around the table and say thanks to everybody involved. So big up, starting with the man who's running the stream, and he runs the stream as well for me for Beyond the Beats. Big ups to Hydefil. Thank you very much. Big ups to Ilya, man. Always good to go and have you, brother. Appreciate it. Big ups to Luca. Big ups to Rachel. Big ups to Sinjo. Man like Sinjo. Big ups to our judges that you'll be seeing as well throughout this. We're going to be going, and if you want to see more of his beats, we only have time for one showcase, so we're going to make sure that we're going to be direct with it. Napalm, if you guys want to, and you should, go check out his channel. He's putting up new videos, new content, and he's been crushing it, man. I'd love to go and see what he's going to be putting out next. So big ups to you. Thank you very much, Neil, for joining us.
Before Napalm starts.
No, we're just having just Alexinho to go
Can I drop? No, I'm so hyped up. Can I drop a beat for just 10 seconds? I want to.
Yo, Pony wants to do a
Oh shit! This never happens.
I see the 3.
Yes.
Y'all say the 2 and the 1. I say the 3. Y'all say the 2 and the 1. It's on Pony in 3.
Hashtag SBX Kickback giveaway. All right, guys, and join us on YouTube memberships. This is for you. I'm really bad. I'm sorry, guys, but I love you all so much.
It was awesome. I think your settings in Zoom turned off your mic when you beatbox.
I'm sorry, but I would do it again one day in the future.
Dude, I thought you were trolling because I didn't hear a single sound.
Oh, well, we'll get more of those. Maybe there'll be a shout out one day. We'll get a shout out from
do it one more time.
Yo, this will be next 10 minutes live streaming. But big ups to you, Pony. Big ups to you, Sinjo. Big ups to Napalm. And you can see right now too, he's been posting as well, still posting crazy videos. The man puts in so much work. Go and check out. He just released, I believe, the TEDx talk from Mumbai. But all of a sudden, he just got booted from the meeting. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, he's not with us on camera anymore, but he's with us in Seoul. Big ups to Mr. Tom Thumb, representing for Down Under. So big ups to Tom Thumb. Go check out his channel. So yeah, you can see, oh, you can't even hear us, but yeah, Tommy, we love you. And last but not least, to round off this panel, esteemed judging panel, we're going to go to your current champion of the world, Alexinho. Make sure that you check him out on YouTube. Make sure you check him out on Instagram, all those good social medias, and be a friend and family. Follow up everybody involved in this right now. But Alexinho, can you do a little showcase for us? Are you down with doing the showcase? Because people want to hear it. People are excited.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Can I just explain something with the audio real quick? In Zoom, there's a setting that reduces background noise. If you have that turned on to auto, you'll cut out your audio. So in the settings, just make sure it's set to low, not to auto. Otherwise, the beatboxing will cut out. That's what happened to Pony. Everyone in the chat saying it's troll. It wasn't a troll. He actually nailed it, but unfortunately, the settings in Zoom cut it out. So you can blame Zoom for that one.
Should I do it one more time?
Maybe, yeah.
I think people would love it.
You guys, all right, I'll do it 10 seconds, just short, okay? Really short. One
change
more time.
the settings
like,
first.
go a little bit away, okay?
You have to change the settings.
Join us, SBX Kickback giveaway hashtag, and join us for YouTube memberships, guys. The more people join as a YouTube member, the more shout outs I will do. And I promise I will do a tag team wildcard with Napalm for GBB one day. I'm kidding, that was a joke. But it's a dream, it's a dream. All right, check this out.
once again, not only the gentleman behind Swissbeatbox,
Oh, I'm
a
really
beatboxer in
bad.
his
I'm
own
really
rank,
bad, guys. But I
a
love you all
beatboxer in his
so
own
much.
rank.
And I'm so excited, that I just had to do it for all you. Much love to the whole beatbox scene.
Oh man, beatbox team loves you too, brother. But ladies and gentlemen, that was Paponi. Now we're gonna go and end off the stream on a high note. And your champion of the world, my dogs, Alexinho, coming at
My
you.
dog.
Are you ready, brother?
Yeah. I put the good settings as Pepuni didn't do.
Get
yeah,
it.
I'm ready, bird.
All right. You already know what to do if you're sitting at home. We get into it like this and like that. My man from France dropping it down. Know that already. Let's get it. I say the 3. Y'all say the 2 and the 1. Alexinho in 3.
Oh la 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 la.
Ish. Alexinho.
Thank you, guys.
Oh.
All right. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited about our judging panel of Napalm, Tom Thumb, and Alexinho. Big ups to everybody involved with this that made this event possible. Swissbeatbox, SBX, Kickback Battle 2021, coming at you live and direct. Make sure that you guys go and put up that hashtag of SBX Kickback giveaway so you guys have the possibility of winning. Tune into all the live streams that are going to be going down. We have 8 crazy competitors, and this is going to be a fun time for the next few months. I hope you guys enjoy this entirely. Thank you very much for tuning in. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go and say thank you very much once again. Enjoy yourself, stay safe, all those good things. It's your boy Scott Jackson signing out, and we're going to go and say much love to everybody from around the world. SBX Kickback Battle 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, that's time.